I'm Josie.
And I'm Vicky, and this week we're taking body modifications little by slowly.
So Vicky actually has a tattoo of my face on her back.
Yeah, like the entire back,
Yeah.
nape of the neck to ass crack.
Like my chin down there?
What?
Like my chin is down to your ass crack?
Oh, I thought it was like a full body portrait, not just like
No,
your
no.
face. You did say face. You did say face.
That's intense.
Yeah. 1,000%. But yeah, this week we were going to talk about like body modifications just in general. And to me, that encompasses like tattoos, piercings, like any plastic or cosmetic surgery. Yeah, what does that mean to you?
Yeah, I think I was thinking about that. Yeah, tattoos, piercings,
Mm-hmm.
um, and I think in specific, I was thinking about like lip filler and stuff like that.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, like
Okay.
plastic surgery didn't come to like my mind necessarily, but like stuff like those like small or
Yeah. That's not
body.
considered plastic surgery to you? I guess because you don't have to like be sedated.
I guess it is plastic surgery, isn't it? Yeah,
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 I
because you're
thought
filling
so.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But then there's the other one where they just
Oh, the
lip
lip
lip.
flip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I started getting piercings when I was like in high school. Like I
Mm.
would get like my I had three, and then my cartilage. I don't do that anymore. I don't fill them in. They're like all closed up.
You
Just because
said
I
it.
could never
Maintain
keep it.
it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I could never maintain it. And then tattoos. I think I've been getting it since I was like 18, 19.
Mm.
19, I want to say 19. That sounds right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, about the same. I had my ears pierced when I was like a wee little baby. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know, like maybe like 1 or 2 years old. My
Oh,
parents did that for me. Um, but then like after that, I like wanted my nose pierced for so long.
yeah.
I would like beg my parents, and they always said no. They always said like not until I was older. Um, and yeah, I started getting
Yeah.
tattoos when I was 18. Literally, I think it was like the weekend of my 18th birthday. I had scheduled an appointment to get a tattoo, and I got my very first tattoo. And then that's also when I started getting piercings.
Yeah.
I used to have my conch pierced, but that I don't. I also didn't take care of it very
Yeah.
well, so I don't put that. I don't fill it in anymore.
Yeah.
Then I also just have a second piercing above my like normal lobe piercing.
Yeah.
Um, and then I have my left nostril pierced, and I have my septum pierced as well. So yeah.
You know what? They really try to deter the youth from getting tattoos and piercings and all that, because
Uh-huh.
they're always like, you're gonna have to live with it for the rest of your life, blah blah blah. That's not the part that scares me. The maintenance. Nobody told
Yeah.
me. Had I known that there was maintenance with getting like stuff pierced, I wouldn't have done it,
Yeah.
because I didn't. No, I got my nose pierced. I took that out. I was like, I can't.
For me, like it was pretty easy to take care of both my septum and my
Yeah.
like left nostril piercing. It was my ear ones that were hard because like my hair is almost
Oh.
always down, and I also sleep on my sides.
Yeah.
And I was like so eager to change the jewelry, and the place that I got it pierced never told me not to do that. Um Everywhere that I got my ears pierced was just like a normal, just like random tattoo shop that I
Yeah.
found. But my nose piercings are like at an actual like piercing studio that I love and trust, and I get all my like jewelry from. So yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like ears are stressful. I know a lot of people like have lots of like ear piercings, but I don't know if I'd ever like actually get any more than the lobe piercing that I've had since I was a baby.
Yeah. And I think it's just so interesting. Like, I don't have any earrings on right now, but like that is my favorite accessory.
Hmm.
Like having my ears pierced is probably like, because just being able to add on the perfect
Yeah.
earring that's going to go with like your outfit. Like I have my little cherry earrings or like my
Mhm.
like big flowery ones, and it's one little hole, but so many opportunities. Said no one ever.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and I think when it comes to like tattoos, ooh, you know what? Yeah, they really did try to determine like, oh, that's going to be on your body forever. You're gonna have to think about what you're gonna want. No thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I have a lot of tattoos now because I've gotten pretty consistently like one or two tattoos every year since I was 18.
Yeah,
Um I don't know, man. I like I don't regret any of them. I feel like they're all like part of my journey of growing up. I feel like you're saying, it's often said that like you're going to regret the tattoos that you get when you're 18, but I don't know, maybe I just have a good group of people around me because like I would show folks the tattoos that I'm getting
yeah,
and like I value their feedback, and none of the tattoos I got anyone would say like, "Oh, that's super shitty, you're going to regret
yeah,
that." I also like to do a lot of research on the artist that I'm going
yeah.
to and like seeing their style, and I sit on it for a little. So maybe I'm like being like super responsible about tattoos and I'm not doing it the way that other people have imagined. But yeah, it was interesting that my parents are weird about piercings though and not about
Tattoos.
tattoos. Yeah, because they both have tattoos and they were both like, "Yeah, get it when you're 18, you're fine." But I think I got my nose pierced when I was like 19 or 20, and I was still like, "Hey, mom, can you take me to get my nose pierced?" um, yeah. So I don't know.
Mm-mm. My dad loves to do that little keychain joke with people who have like that the piercing you have right there.
No, the septum, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, what's wrong with you? Like,
I like it. I feel like it fits my nose really perfectly because
yeah,
my nose like upturns. Kind of, I always
yeah.
said it was like a little piggy nose, and I feel like it shows off the jewelry really well. I don't
At
know.
least it works out.
Yeah,
Um,
and I have a job.
we're okay. We're good.
Yeah.
um, my parents do not like the idea of tattoos. I don't think they knew I had tattoos until I was like 22, and they only
Yeah.
found out through a picture because I tried to cover it up. My dad said you were doing a sorority pose and you don't pose like that. So he zooms in on my. Well, we'll enter the clip.
Yeah.
But he zooms in and he's like, "What is that?" And I was like, I didn't respond to the group chat for a bit, and he eventually called me, and I was like, "Hello."
She did not do a very good job of covering it up.
Yeah, I didn't know we were taking a group photo that day.
Fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 And I don't know. I feel like my parents always like painted it, or like older people have always painted it as like, yeah, you're not gonna be able to get a job. Like people are gonna think particular things of you with what tattoos you have. But like, I've never experienced that. And
I haven't either. Yeah, I haven't either. I feel like all the jobs and like internships I've had, I've been like respectful of the workplace. Like I would just like wear long sleeves or like a
yeah,
sweater or something until I like sussed out the vibe. And most of the time it's like pretty okay
okay,
with tattoos.
yeah,
It's not like either of us have any like job stoppers. Like, so I think it's fine.
yeah. For a while there, when I would go to my grandparents, and I still do it too, like I wear like long sleeves.
Same, yeah. I used to do that at
Yeah,
my grandparents'
yeah.
house. It got rough in the summer.
And then my family's always like, they already know you have tattoos, and I'm like, yeah, but it's like in my mind, it's like a respect thing because they're not big
Yeah.
on tattoos, so I'm like, it's a little bit of discomfort, but
Yeah, that's how I treated it because my
yeah,
grandparents knew that I had tattoos, but I know that my grandpa doesn't like them.
yeah,
So I would wear like a sweater or I'd bring like a jean jacket with me
yeah,
in the summer just to like be respectful
respectful.
because he'd always have a comment if I had them out and he'd always be like just shaking his head. And I don't know, you put them away for a day and it's like they forget it's there. So
I don't think like my roommates have never made a comment towards me, but my grandpa always be like tattoos.
that's funny.
But I know what is thought. Like I know they're not big on tattoos, so I'm like that's enough for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't think I not me having to think if I've ever gotten any like plastic surgery. I have not.
Yeah. Yeah. Me either. I haven't either. Um I feel like my family is pretty like, you know how some people are just like, don't ever get plastic surgery. That's not like something that you should do.
Yeah.
I feel like my family's not like that. It's like, if you want to do it, then I just like do your research and like find a
Yeah.
place that like makes sense to you.
Mm.
Um, yeah.
Don't come up with those chopped BBLs. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. I think I was going to ask you and I can answer first. If you had to get any like plastic surgery or like light, non invasive cosmetic augmentation done, what would you get? For me, for forever, I've wanted to get filler for my like eye bags. Like my eyes are a little
Yeah.
sunken in. And it has always bothered me. And I've always wanted to get like a little like filler underneath to make like my eye bags a little like puffier.
Yeah.
Because it always makes me look so tired, and it's been like that for my whole life. I have since like gotten over that.
Yeah.
But like if someone offered it to me for free, I wouldn't say no.
I didn't know that was a thing. I feel like that's my answer now.
Yeah.
But I feel like the thought of something coming that close to my eye kind of freaks me out too. So
Same.
maybe
Yeah.
not. Maybe
Yeah.
not. No, but like,
So you're not a candidate for LASIK?
oh, absolutely not. You haven't you heard that most of the time like it ends up like reverting back anyway. So like, we're gonna have to fact check
I
that.
was about to say I don't know how true that is.
I've heard it does not last. So like, why have somebody like slice your eye for what? Mm.
I guess body modifications would also count if you've had like any like dental surgery. Um,
Hmm.
which I guess I kind of have. I've had all of my wisdom teeth taken out.
Yeah.
And I've had braces, but I've never had any like.
Yeah, that is a body mod. Having braces is a body modification. Yeah.
Yeah, because it like the way that they did it for me was that I had like those bands on that helped me like fix the way that my jaw sits, and they
Yeah.
would like take pictures like from all the sides. So yeah, and that was something that I did in high school. I had them on for like 5 years.
Yeah.
So it was like I got it my sophomore year, and then I got it off my freshman year of college.
Ooh.
Yeah. Sophomore year of high school, freshman year of college. So yeah. I don't know.
I think. Ooh. Okay. Going back to your last question. So I never had braces like growing up or anything like that. I used to have a little gap in my tooth, but then with the wisdom teeth, everything straightened out. But now they kind of overlap a little bit. So if I can get that, like, I wouldn't need braces, but
Mm-hmm.
sometimes the overlap bothers me. And I do have a tooth that's a little chipped. In that, like,
Mm-hmm.
when I feel it, it's not. It doesn't bother me that people could see it. It's the fact that I can feel it in my mouth that it's uneven.
Oh, fair, yeah.
Yeah, that bothers me.
I chipped my front tooth and I realized it not last year. I was gonna say last month. I realized it last year, and I am the idiot who like drinks out of a straw and like hits their tooth, or like drinks out of a
Yeah.
cup and hits my tooth. So it's not a surprise that I chipped my front tooth, but it's like a very small chip and it's not that bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I asked for this topic because I was speaking to my therapist, and she was saying that a lot of folks who have like ADD, ADHD, or autism are like, in her experience, more likely to get body modifications. And that can be like tattoos, piercings, or like any cosmetic surgery. And she was saying it under the like, with the perspective of um, sometimes when you have those like, they're disabilities. I was going to say mental disorders, but they're also
Yeah.
disabilities. Those mental disabilities, you sometimes don't feel like your body is your own or your mind isn't your own. And like you're always struggling with that. So like being in control of something is like getting a tattoo, getting a piercing. So yeah.
You know, now that you bring that up, I've never thought about it in that way, But I remember one time I was at a birthday party. I was wearing a tank top. You could see my tattoos. This one girl comes up to me and she goes, "Oh my god, I love your tattoos." And then she goes, "Were you trying to find yourself?" And I was like, "What?"
That's pretty funny.
I was like, "No, I think I have a very good sense of self. Thank you." And then she was like, "Oh, okay." And she went la la la. But um, I think that thought kind of aligns with that, where like they're someone is trying to find not necessarily like themselves, but like where they exist, or like how you were saying, having control over like their own body and self in a
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
And while that's not a way that I personally like resonate, like my tattoos and piercings and all that, I guess some people do view it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also don't view my tattoos like that. I think this is going to sound like a leap, but please follow my logic.
Okay, I'm here.
So I am openly bisexual, and when I came out as bisexual, oftentimes I was met with like kind of like shock, where people would be confused, or they would ask me like, "Oh my god, do you feel so free?" And my answer was always like, "No," because it's like this has always been me, and this just feels like I'm saying me out loud,
Wow.
and it
Uh-huh.
didn't feel free, it just felt normal.
Yeah.
Like I didn't feel like, "Ooh, this is amazing." It just felt like now you know something that I've known my whole life.
Yeah.
And that's low-key how I feel about tattoos.
Yeah.
Because every time I get a new tattoo, it just feels like I'm adding like another layer of me, because it's just like art that I love from an artist that I got to connect with while I was getting my tattoo. And whenever I get people reacting like, "Oh my god, look at all your tattoos. Whoa, whoa, whoa." And they want to like talk about it. Not that I like act like a jerk, but it always like throws me off, because like I am just like, I don't know, not
Like, what's special?
yeah, kind of like what's so special about like these tattoos? Like low key, everyone has them now,
Yeah.
and like, yeah, I don't know. I just don't understand that reaction. So that was my jump in logic,
Yeah.
where like to me, like it just felt like that was something that's always existed within me, and now it's
Yeah.
just like outward for everyone to see. So
Mhm.
yeah.
So when I was little, you go up to those little quarter vending machines. It pops up a little tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
I used to keep them in a little book, and I would notate where I wanted it when I grew up. And I would keep a little booklet of all the tattoos I wanted to get when I always say I didn't get any of them because they're freaking tattoos that you get out of a quarter machine.
Uh-huh.
But I think everything I've picked out, everything I have on me, it's either from someone's book that I really liked and I was like, well, I want that on me.
Yeah.
Or I think I only have one tattoo that I was like, oh, can you make a bird of paradise? And that's what I got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's also something to note, is that like most of my tattoos are not custom. They're also from someone's book, or they're flash tattoos. I think I only have like 2 or 3 custom tattoos. So yeah, I don't know where I get this like thing about like tattoos are no big deal. Like it's just me. Yeah, I don't know, because I don't have like a bunch of like custom tattoos that are like representations of me on the outside. It's really not. I just think they're really cool. And I get them, and then I'm like, now that's my skin. Yeah.
I think the problem with tattoos and piercings is that they're not kidding. When you do have them, you start thinking like, dang, I have all this empty space now.
Yeah.
That's the only
true.
thing. That was the warning.
Yeah.
That was the warning that my younger self should have listened to.
You're going to be like, oh, this one looks really good next to it. And you're just going to want to keep going over and over and over again.
And the next thing you know, you're getting a tattoo on your ass crack. So
there you go. Yeah.
I brought it full circle for you.
That is pretty full circle. But yeah, I think at the end of this, we're just continuing to take piercings and tattoos little by slowly, and then also just like leaving the horizon open
Yeah.
for other body modifications. I know that we didn't talk about it that much, but that is, I guess, another topic that I would want to revisit. So yeah,
I like that we lumped them into one, because in the same way tattoos and piercings, I don't put any negative connotation to them. I also don't put negative connotation towards body modifications.
true. Yeah.
And I think I like it that we grouped it into one for that purpose. But yeah, I'm excited to take that little by slowly in life too.